Okay, can I get a thumbs up if you can see my screen? All right, thank you very much. Um, my name is Isaiah Amuda. So I'm the logistics and supply chain manager at Afrimash Company Limited. Of course, we deal with moving commodities from one particular location to another. I would like to appreciate the entire team at Zowasel for this opportunity to take us through, you know, agribusiness delivery and the logistics challenges that people actually face when it comes to delivering commodities or agricultural products. So we're going to be discussing navigating agribusiness delivery. We're going to be looking at the key aspects of agribusiness delivery, negotiations in agribusiness delivery, which is very important, logistics challenges faced in agribusiness deliveries, the strategies for navigating the challenges, and the case studies of successful agribusiness solutions, that is, businesses that have been able to identify a particular challenge in terms of logistics and have been able to come up with solutions to those challenges, and would also look at streamlining logistics processes for better efficiencies and the tips to optimize our various agribusiness operations. Right, so let's dive right into it as well. So navigating agribusiness delivery can actually involve making strategic decisions and implementing effective logistics and delivery practices to ensure the efficient and timely movement of agricultural goods from producers to consumers or other stakeholders in the agricultural value chain. It is the process of managing and optimizing the transportation and distribution of agricultural products and services within the agricultural supply chain, like I mentioned. What are the key aspects of the agribusiness delivery? One is the logistics planning, which is very, very important. That includes determining your transportation mode, whether by road, whether by ship, whether by air, and the likes. Your route, how you intend to make your delivery plan, your scheduling, how you tend to schedule deliveries to your various customers. And the essence of the logistics planning in in this is to maximize efficiency and in the process minimize costs as well. Another major aspect of the agribusiness delivery is supply chain coordination. There has to be effective communication and collaboration between various stakeholders, that is, including farmers, suppliers, distributors, transportation providers, retailers, as the case may be, in agribusiness operations. The third key aspect is the quality assurance, ensuring that there is the product quality, it's paramount throughout the supply chain process. Ensuring product quality and safety is actually paramount. So it's therefore important to implement quality control measures and compliance that are actually according to the standards of the um regulatory compliance too, as well. So in terms of safety standards, one has to ensure that the quality of products that one is delivering is actually very okay throughout the supply chain. Another key aspect is the regulatory compliance. Of course, um there is a need to adhere to regulations related to food safety, labeling, and environmental practices, as the case may be. Agribusinesses have to maintain records and documentations to demonstrate their compliance across the various agribusiness sectors. Another major key aspect is traceability. Implementing traceability systems, allows for the tracking and the tracing of products or commodities from their origin to the consumer, that is from the point of production to the final phase, which is the consumer. The truth about it is that this just ensures transparency, and it shows that okay, this particular product was gotten from this location from so farmer. So that is why I said it's important to actually trace where agricultural commodities actually come from up to their last point of destination. Another important aspect is technology integration is very important when it comes to agribusiness delivery. Depending on the sector that you are, one can leverage on technology such as GPS tracking, real-time monitoring, just to enhance visibility and control over your logistics operations, because this can actually also provide valuable insights into different aspects of your delivery, and you could make important decisions as to how to go about delivery in the nearest future. So another key aspect is risk management. This particular one cannot be overemphasized. One has to have contingency plans in place. One has to develop that risk mitigation strategies to just mainly to address supply chain disruptions, so that the operations can go on smoothly. Then another major aspect is customer satisfaction, providing excellent customer service, through on-time deliveries, responsive communication, and also offering that flexible delivery option to your various customers along the agricultural value chain is actually very important. The fact that you're not sticking to a particular mode of delivery, ensuring that you're being flexible in terms of when you want to deliver agricultural commodities to customers, to clients, shows that it helps you retain their loyalty as well in the process. Once you can offer that flexible, once you have the flexible delivery options available, and then continuous improvement. Agribusinesses should continually access their and optimize delivery operations, adoption of best practices, look at what other industries, what other logistics companies, what other agribusinesses are doing, and adopt strategies, adopt modes that you feel can fit into your own agribusiness operations, and scale up from there as well. So that's that on the key aspect of agribusiness delivery. So let's dive right into negotiating agribusiness delivery. I think this is one major aspect that people have not been able to like get right, but it's one process that is very important, especially when it means that you are making arrangements for goods to be delivered to customers. It's the process of reaching agreements and making arrangements related to the transportation and delivery of agricultural products, input, or services within the agricultural supply chain. Now, it's worthy to note that the negotiation process often takes place between various stakeholders in the agricultural value chain. It can be between farmers and agribusinesses, suppliers and distributors, transportation providers, and other partners involved in the agricultural logistics network. When it comes to negotiating deals for your agribusiness deliveries, there are major aspects that one has to consider. One of the very first steps is having contractual agreements with your logistics with the logistics companies you have partnered with, that you've so it's important to establish that contractual agreement that outlines the terms and conditions of delivery. um, that contract should specify the schedules, the quantities, the pricing, and the responsibilities of each parties involved. It should be clearly stated out, because once you have this on ground, it will be very difficult for logistics company to actually go back on their words, or you as an agribusiness operation, probably you have your own logistics arm. It will be very difficult for you not to deliver goods to your customers at the right time. That's why I said these contractual agreements have to be in place as well. Another major aspect is the price and payment negotiation. Of course, it's important to discuss pricing and payment terms. Various parties may negotiate bulk pricing, discounts, and payment schedules that suit their needs and financial capabilities. You might say that you want to deliver a large quantity of something to a particular client, and the term you have come up with, the logistics company you are working with, is actually 50-50-50. That is 50% advance, and once they drop the commodities at the client's location, and the customer has confirmed that all is well, the quality assurance, everything, the quantity is actually right, then you can balance whatever party that has helped in, in the fulfillment of that order. Another major aspect is delivery schedule. It is actually very important. Between Timing is critical when it comes to deliveries. So parties must agree on when and how often deliveries will occur, of course, to meet demand and accommodate seasonal variations as well. So one must actually plan the delivery schedule in case you are having to deliver, let's say, 10,000 tons of maize within 3 months to a particular client. It's important that those processes have been put in place. You have scheduled your deliveries and you are able to meet up with the client's demand. Transportation and logistics, very crucial. There has to be discussions about your transportation method, the route that you are taking, and the arrangement that has been in place. Decisions whether selecting the appropriate modes of transport, be it trucks, be it trains, be it ships, depending on if you are shipping outside of the country and all that, optimizing routes and coordinating the movement of goods. Another major aspect is traceability and documentation. Now, there's a need for documentation and for tracking systems to be put in place to ensure product traceability and compliance with regulations. There are actually some companies that offer this traceability project, but it's very limited in Nigeria. Kobo 360 offers it. I think GIG too, God is Good Logistics, DHL too, they offer this, but it depends on what the model of your agribusiness looks like, such that if you are transporting let's say inputs now, like seeds and the likes, it will be easy for you to actually track those items while in transit, and it would also be easy for your client as well to track those items. So that is why this logistics company come up with this traceability, this tracking system, so that customers can be aware 24/7 where their goods have gotten to, and the likes. Then risk mitigation, of course. Like I said earlier on, while I was touching on the key aspects of agribusiness delivery, one has to have insurance coverage. You have to make contingency plans. You have to, you have to be able to, you know, plan for unforeseen events. If there's a disruption in the supply chain process, there has to be that backup plan for that as well. So that there will be no delay in agribusiness delivery operations. Compliance and regulations. This cannot be overemphasized, especially when you are dealing with the food sector, especially the food safety sector, that you know that you have to label what you have in the market and the likes, and you know that one cannot be overemphasized. It's actually very important that agribusinesses comply to the regulations, to the standards of the various sectors that they find themselves in. Communication and information sharing, of course, effective negotiation often requires clear communication and information sharing among all parties involved in the supply chain, includes sharing real-time data, updates on your inventory level, any changes in delivery schedules and the likes has to be communicated. And then the last aspect, partnership agreement. I think this is one particular aspect that most agribusinesses should adopt. Negotiating long-term partnership agreements with key suppliers or logistics provider. It might be that the person supplying you your product actually have the logistics might actually be have the logistics arm of the business, which makes it easier for you as well to ensure delivery of commodities to your clients. If not, it's also important to negotiate partnership long-term partnership agreements with other logistics providers as well, such that you have a smooth flow of logistics operation. The agreement leads to more stable and collaborative supply chain relationship. I think that's that on the major aspect of negotiating agribusiness delivery. So let's dive right into the logistics challenges faced in agribusiness delivery. One, there's an increased pressure to offer expedited delivery service. In our world today, um, on-demand delivery has become the order of the day in the logistics business. And the truth about it is that this challenge has actually been very, very much, and it is also having to meet up with customers' demands. It's having to meet up with customer demands. Customers are actually demanding that people offer expedited delivery services. Agribusinesses offer expedited delivery service to them. They can tell you that, oh, I want this between now and next week, and you wonder how you would navigate that particular challenge. So that is why systems have to be put in place to actually meet this demand of offering expedited delivery service. Another major challenge is transportation cost. The fluctuations in fuel prices and transportation costs can even affect the profitability of agribusiness operations or agribusiness logistics, as the case may be. And then infrastructure deficiencies, the fact that most of the infrastructures in Nigeria, road networks, ports, and all that are not actually well developed, is leading to a high cost of maintenance of the different modes of transportations that we use, be it ships, be it trucks, and the likes. And the truth about it is that this actually contributes to delays, especially when it comes to delivering to customers on time. And as a result, directly impacts the cost of shipping, raises it up, and it reduces operational efficiencies. Another major challenge is insecurity. Even in this part of the country, insecurity is a major problem for um logistics, agribusiness operations. Um, any vehicle transporting goods can easily become a victim of, thefts, bandits, robbers, and all, like we have it, intercommunal clashes, and all the likes like that. You know, um, Insecurity makes supply chain and logistics operations in various areas of the country very difficult to navigate. Another major challenge is multiple taxes and unstable economic condition. Uh, the truth about it is that partnership with logistics companies, partnership with agribusiness operations has to do with paying multiple taxes. Majority of which are always unofficial. Like you meet quite a lot of people on the road. Probably once they see that you are carrying a certain amount of goods, they just tax you unnecessarily for this thing, and it's very difficult to thrive in such an environment. And it makes it very difficult for businesses to actually operate, especially where the economy is unstable and you have to pay um taxes that are not even official, that are just behind the scenes, people just walking up to you, area boys here and there, and the likes, collecting money from drivers and the likes from logistics providers, just because of these unstable economic conditions. Now, another major challenge that agribusiness operations face is lack of trustworthy drivers. Unfortunately, in our world today, we see that some people behave very badly, and if you have such drivers, it makes it difficult to actually, you know, run delivery operations. Then the last challenge, among other challenges that are still much, I think, is consumer preferences, that is product variability. um, Meeting evolving consumer preferences for organic, locally sourced or sustainably produced product requires adjustment in sourcing and logistics. That is, if your clients don't want a particular product and you have to source elsewhere, it means that you will have the challenge of, logistics, making arrangements and the likes, and you have to put systems in place when this such needs arises. It means that you are flexible in terms of offering that delivery service to them, even if it means you have to source from another location entirely. So, what are the strategies for navigating agribusiness delivery hurdles? And we'll also be looking at the cases of successful agribusiness solutions. One is to have diversified transportation options. Ensure that there is a diverse fleet of transportation options available for your agribusiness operations. Partnerships with various logistics companies, um, having a lot of truck drivers, just to adapt to the different product types and distances, just making sure that you have that option available. It offers flexibility to show the most efficient and cost effective mode of transport for specific products and routes that you take. Then one other strategy is advanced routing and scheduling. It's important to actually invest in this because optimized routing reduces transportation costs. What I mean by advanced routing is that you are able to map out your deliveries. You are able to take two, three, four products to along the same route at a particular time to various customers destination. So advanced routing and scheduling actually helps in terms of reducing transportation costs and ensuring um, on-time delivery. Collaborative supply chain partnerships, this cannot be overemphasized. It leads to better coordination when there is communication between distributors, retailers, logistics providers. When that information is properly being shared, there is a coordination when it comes to effort. It reduces delays, there's better coordination, and it results in smoother logistics operations. Inventory management technology, of course, very important too, as well. It ensures product availability when needed, You can even implement inventory management technology such as the barcoding to track your product levels accurately, monitor shelf lives, and reduce the risk of overstocking or understocking as well. You can invest in barcoding systems. There are logistics companies that actually have that barcoding systems in place. The likes of DHL, the likes of sorry, excuse me, God is Good Logistics, they offer this barcoding system. It's something that one should invest in, even with warehouses around and all that. Then real-time tracking and monitoring. Like I said, GIG, some logistics companies offer this solutions because it just shows supply chain transparency. There's real-time visibility, and there is quick response to issues. And the truth about it is that it helps prevent theft or even loss, because if you have all these systems in place, if you have a way to track the movement of your goods, you will know that okay, it's actually on the right track. If it has been stable for if it has been stable for a very long time, not moving forward and all, then you know that there's something wrong, and you can easily pass information across to the relevant stakeholders. Supply chain visibility platforms, very important. End-to-end visibility of product movement, inventory levels, and supplier performance. Very, very important. Then regulatory compliance expertise. It's important to employ experts or consultants who specialize in regulatory compliance, especially when it comes to different areas in the agribusiness sector. You find yourself in the crop sector, in the livestock sector, in the input agricultural input sector, even in the food sector, like um agricultural produce. It's very important that one has experts or consultants that specialize in those areas, so that you can actually reduce the risk of legal issues, fines, and all that, while maintaining consumer trust. Then warehousing improvements. It's important to expand your warehouses, accommodate growing product volumes, improve your storage efficiency, improve your storage capacity, such that you can meet product demand during peak seasons as well. So that could also be a way to navigate agribusiness delivery orders. Having warehouses in different locations to meet your customers' demands is actually very, very important. In one way or the other, it actually reduces the cost of transportation, because if customers have warehouses servicing them very close to their location, it automatically reduces the cost of transportation. Okay, so we'll be looking at the cases of successful agribusiness solutions, the likes of Walmart, Amazon Fresh, and Outspan. Let me quickly touch on what Walmart's challenge was. I'm going to be playing short videos for us to watch on Walmart and Amazon Fresh. What Walmart did was that they identified the challenge. We all know that Walmart is one of the world's largest retailers, and they faced the challenge of ensuring a consistent supply of fresh produce to their stores, while maintaining quality and reducing waste. So what Walmart did was that they launched a direct farm program that involves working directly with farmers to source fresh produce. Now they now established partnerships with local and regional growers. That is, in the sense that they try to reduce the distance products traveled, and ensuring freshness, and that way they were able to meet the demands of their consumers. And the truth about it is that the result was very great, because it leads to reduced transportation costs, minimized product waste, and fresher produce. And it also provided those farmers with a stable market for their product. So we'll be watching just one of the videos I think yes. Let me just dive right into that. Can everyone hear this?
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, okay. Let me just.
Go on.
Good morning, everyone. We wish we can be with you to share the excitement of this global
Okay, can
announcement
everyone
of
see it now?
our sustainable agriculture platform.
Yes,
Walmart
sir.
China fully supports and is excited to be part of our global sustainable agriculture initiative. We are announcing several goals today. It's right for our business to ask our private brand suppliers to use sustainably sourced palm oil, and we'll work with our suppliers to make this a reality. Expanding our efforts to focus on reducing food waste is common sense. As part of the global goal to reduce food waste in our stores and clubs, our target in China is a 15% reduction in produce waste. The initiative I'm most passionate about is our farm program. We started piloting direct purchase programs to supply our stores in China 5 years ago and gained momentum 1 year ago when we partnered with the Chinese Ministries of Agriculture and Commerce. China has more than 340 million people engaged in agriculture, and the average household cultivates an average of 1.5 acres. A purchase model that benefits smallholder farmers is critical to our food business. We work with farmers cooperatives that help farmers improve their farming methods and provide a guaranteed route to market, improving the farmers' incomes. We started with produce and are now expanding to additional products such as meat and grains. As part of Walmart's global goal to purchase from small and medium-sized farmers through partnership with cooperatives, we plan to expand our direct farm program to engage 2 million farm workers by 2015. And in doing so, anticipate sourcing from approximately 900,000 farmers. We're also targeting to have 15% of our direct farm products move from the green certification to organic. Our program is a win for consumers who get fresh, safe, delicious, and affordable produce. It's a win for Walmart as it reduces cost, improves freshness, and reduces waste. And for farmers and rural communities, it means higher income and greater financial security. And it's a win for the environment as farmers grow the right crops, learn better production methods, make greater efficient use of water resources, reduce pesticide use, and lower the carbon footprint of the food we sell in our stores.
Okay, so that's that on the video. So back to the presentation. I'll just quickly share my screen again. Okay, so like I said, they've been able to replicate it in different countries, Japan and the likes as well. Another successful agribusiness solution is Amazon Fresh program. I think because of time, we'll not be able to watch the video as well, but the links will be made available. We can all check it online as well. Amazon also sought to enter into the online grocery market, and they also face the challenges of perishable nature of food products and ensuring last mile delivery. So that was why they launched the Amazon Fresh program too, that offers same day or next day delivery of groceries. and fresh produce to customers. Now, what the company did was that they invested in temperature controlled delivery trucks and centers fulfillment centers for efficient delivery, such that from that fulfillment centers they are able to move agricultural produce products to various clients all around the various cities that they had established fulfillment center. And it's also worthy of note to mention Outspan Nigeria Limited, a subsidiary of Olam Food Ingredients in Nigeria here. They've been able to, they're actually doing a great job in Kano. I've been following their I've been tracking their progress for like the past three years now. What they did was that they identified that they needed to enter into the dairy sector, and they partnered with Kano Dairy and Livestock Husbandry Cooperative Union. So the major challenge they faced was that the various local governments in Kanos that had milk to sell, they were actually facing logistics issues because their women usually hawk the milk, and we know that after hawking fresh milk for a whole day, the following day it turns bad. So what Outspan did was to establish milk centers in various local governments in Kano State, and they also provided tricycles and bikes, such that they have youths in the communities that collect the milks from these farmers, while these tricycles and these bikes will now take it to the milk collection center where the milk is now being processed. And this has actually improved the livelihood of farmers in Kano State, and they've also renewed their partnership of recent. So that is Outspan Nigeria Limited, a subsidiary of OFI, actually coming up with a solution to solving a problem in the agribusiness sector. What are the steps to streamline your logistics processes? One, process mapping and analysis. To set very clear objectives, optimize your inventory management, your route optimization, real-time tracking and monitoring, supplier and carrier performance evaluation, carry out, ensure you get feedback in terms of what your what you're supplying and your career performance evaluation as well. Training and skill development is actually important. If your agribusiness operation supports the logistics arm of your business, it's actually important that you train and you know get relevant updates as regards what's the new trend in the industry, and get your workers up to date on all that, so that they can find a way to integrate it into your system as well to ensure efficient delivery operations. Then identify areas for improvement and implement corrective action. One has to keep improving the logistics processes. If there's a better way of doing things, adopt that particular method and ensure smooth delivery operations. Of course, what are the tips to optimize your agribusiness operation? Data driven decision making that would help you identify areas where you need to strengthen supply chain visibility, inventory management, your quality assurance, resource allocation, collaborative partnerships, technology adoption, like I mentioned earlier on, regulatory compliance. You need an expert in every field. Customer engagement, ensure you engage your customers, how to serve them better, what they need. It's important to actually be flexible around your delivery options. Training and skill development for workers in the logistics department. Market diversification, that is, if you want to diversify into different markets, it's actually important that you have a holistic approach about that. Complex strategy, a complex way of analyzing how you are going to meet the various demands. If you are to go into market diversification, benchmarking and performance metrics. It's important to track your on-time shipping, your on-time delivery, where there are delays. It's very important because that will create insight into how you can improve your agribusiness operations, risk management, and continuous improvement as well. One has to keep, optimizing the agribusiness operations. One has to keep looking for ways to actually make the operations smooth. So it's therefore important to adopt various suggestions, various strategies that one has come up with. It's always different for, it's worthy to point out that it's always different for different agribusiness sector. Look at the cases that I mentioned from the successful agribusiness solutions as well. That's why I said it's very important that these strategies are put in place and they are followed through, they are implemented to ensure successful delivery of product. Now, okay, so that would be that on navigating agribusiness delivery and logistics challenges. I want to leave us with this particular quote that I love so much. The line between disorder and order lies in logistics. So it just means that one has to effectively plan out the logistics operations so that delays can be reduced and you know challenges can be overcome and problem could be solved as fast as possible. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Isaiah Amuda. Thank you. This was really, this was really, really interesting. I mean, you touched every aspect. Thank you very much. I don't know if anyone has any question. I mean, this is the right time to ask your question. If you have any question, our guest is here to, answer your question. So is there any question in the house?